Right, so in today's video I'm going to take a closer look at the ND filter set for the Insta360 GO Ultra. And stick around because later in the video I'm going to be testing all these filters out on a nice bright sunny day. So now let's see what you get inside the box. Okay, so straight out the box there, we've got the instructions manual there, and that's just going to show you how to apply the ND filters to the GO Ultra. And then inside of this hard case, you're going to find all the 3 ND filters. That just pops open, and straight away you're greeted with the ND8, the ND16 and the ND32. So let's pop one of these out and take a closer look at them. So I own many ND filters across action cameras, land cameras and drones, and these really do feel quality and well made. So now let's see how they attach to the GO Ultra. So as you can see, I've got the GO Ultra, and let's just take it out its action pod. Just push down that toggle there, carefully remove it. So just in case you're wondering, these ND filters don't pop straight over the lens like they do on the DJI Action ones or the Ace Pro 2, as they just slip straight over the top. But on this one, you've got to screw the lens cap off here, which comes on the GO Ultra as standard. And then just inside the ND filter, we've got the thread mount there, and that's just going to go straight on top to replace the normal lens. And as you can see, you've got your ND filter on there, nice and secure. So that's with the ND filter attached, and then you can see to the right here, we've got the normal lens which it comes with. So I don't need to attach each ND filter because it's the same principle no matter which one you get there. So if you're new to ND filters, they're going to basically reduce the amount of light hitting the camera lens, and it's measured in stops. So on the ND8, that's going to be measured in 3 stops. On the ND16 in the middle, that's going to be 4 stops. And then finally on the end, the ND32, that's going to be 5 stops. So just remember, the higher the number on the ND filter, the more light you're going to block out. Right, so now I'm going to show you how to go over to the manual settings on the GO Ultra. So from the home screen, just swipe right to left. In the top right, you'll see an M, that's for manual settings. And when you select that, it brings some other menus up, as you can see. And what we want there is this one, which is 1/60. That's your shutter speed. And it needs to be set at 1/60 today, because I'm filming in 4K 30. So remember the general rule of thumb again, if you, whatever frame rate, just double your shutter. Then the ISO, we want as low as possible today. So keep that as low as the camera can get, which is 100. And then you can also keep an eye on your EV values, and I would advise that you don't let this drop between -3 or go any higher than +3. Ideally I'd sit it around 0. So that's what I'm going to do today in the video. I'm going to go outside on the bright lit sunny day, and I'm going to apply those settings which I've just set in manual, and I'm going to toggle through ND8, ND16 and ND32 to see which is the best ND filter on the lighting conditions today. So now let's go outside and test out each one of these ND filters. Here we go. Right, so now I'm in a different location, as you can see, and I'm filming in 4K 30 standard D-warp automatic mode. And as you can see, that sun's pretty strong, although we've got some wispy cloud around. So now it's going to be great to compare the overall differences with those ND filters. I'm going to go into manual mode, get that shutter speed set to 60, ISO as low as possible, which on this camera is 100. And then we'll see what it looks like with that ND8 applied, ND16 and finally ND32. Here we go. Right, so now as you can see, I've switched over to manual mode. I've got all those settings dialed in, and now we're going to apply that ND8. Let's just see what that looks like. So now that's with ND8 fitted, shutter 60, ISO as low as possible, and that looks a little bit blown out. So now let's apply the ND16 with the same settings to see if that's more usable. And now once again, let's apply the ND16. All the settings are the same. Take my shades off for this so I can see. And that looks more usable than the ND8, but again, I think it's a little bit washed out there. It's difficult to see because I'm facing the sun and I'm looking for this small OLED screen. But that looks a little bit washed out, but more usable than ND8. And now finally, we'll keep all the same settings and apply the ND32. And once again, you can see we're in manual mode. Now let's get the ND32 on, see what that looks like. So that's what it looks like with the ND32 on. All the settings are the same. The shutter's double that of the frame rate, which is 60. ISO is at 100. And I will say that that looks a lot more pleasing to the eye than the ND8 and the ND16 with those settings applied. So I think with today's weather conditions, with that sun really low on the horizon and really bright and strong, ND32 looks to be the best one, rather than ND8 and ND16 with those settings applied. And now I think we should relocate to Bolsover Castle. That'll be a different setting, so I can go through them ND8, ND16 and ND32. It's only going to be about half an hour apart, so let's just see the lighting conditions and which ND filter looks the best there. Here we go. Here we are then, so the first one we're going to be trying is ND8. So now I've changed it to manual, as you can probably tell, and now I've got the ND8. So I'm filming in 4K 30, I've got the shutter speed set double of that, which is 60, and the ISO is at 100. That's as low as it can go on this camera. And that looks way too bright. So for today's conditions, as it's really backlit there, ND8's a little too low. So now let's change to the next one. And now as you can tell, I'm still in that manual mode, but now I've got the ND16 and all the settings are the same. The shutter's 60 and that ISO is down to 100. Let's see if the conditions match the ND16. A little bit bright, but again that ISO can only go down to 100. And that's a lot more usable than ND8. So now let's try and ramp it up with the ND32 and again keep the same settings. And hopefully that don't go behind the clouds, so we get a similar profile there. Here we go. And I'm wiping these every time because they're quite difficult not to touch the screen there. So make sure when you put them on, always wipe them. And yet again, I look like a ghost for a reason. We're in manual mode still. Exactly the same settings, 4K 30, shutter speed 60, ISO 100. Now we're on ND32. The sun's just as strong, just in the same position. It ain't gone behind the cloud. I'll get there in the end, I've got there. It's on. And now that looks a lot better even through the shades. Yeah. So the best ND filter with the lighting conditions today would be this one, ND32. It looks a lot better than if it were in automatic mode. It looks a lot more usable than the ND8 and the ND16. So now you've seen all three ND filters from Insta360 attached to the Ultra. I'd say what's your thoughts on them, but it all depends on the lighting conditions on the day. And as we've proved today, this is what I'm filming in right now, and it does look rather pleasing to the eye. We're on the ND32, so that was perfect for today's conditions. So if you're interested in buying these ND filters from Insta360, I'll be leaving a link in the description, and there it'll send you straight to the Insta360 website, where you'll be able to purchase them. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out all these action cameras and all their accessories which come with them. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.